Welcome to Old Coins Explorer, where every coin tells a story and rare treasures come to life. Have you ever held a British one-penny coin and wondered if this tiny piece of metal could be hiding a treasure trove of stories, mysteries, or even value? You're not alone. This simple-looking coin, often tossed into jars or left behind in change, has a history deeper than you'd ever imagine. Today, we're diving into the captivating world of the British one-penny coin, not just as currency, but as a timeless storyteller. Let's roll back the clock to where it all started. The one-penny coin is far more than a chunk of copper-plated steel. It's the product of centuries of tradition, design evolution, and cultural shifts. Its roots go way back to the early English pennies of the 8th century. Yeah, that's right. It's been around in some form for over 1,200 years. From hammered silver pennies used in medieval markets to the polished coins in your change today, this humble coin has traveled through empires, wars, kings, queens, and even Brexit. But for this video, we're focusing on the modern British one-penny coin, specifically the one introduced after decimalization in 1971. Decimalization was a massive moment in UK history. Before 1971, British currency was like solving a puzzle. You had pounds, shillings, and pence, and 12 pence made a shilling, 20 shillings made a pound. Confused yet? Most people were. So, the UK switched to a simpler system, 100 new pence to a pound. And with that, the one-penny coin we know today was born. Let's talk design. The first decimal one-penny coin came out in 1971, made of bronze. It was small, round, and had that distinct British elegance. On one side, the obverse, sat the young Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse, the iconic crown portcullis, a gate with spikes used in castles, surrounded by chains. It symbolized Parliament, strength, and heritage. But wait, that reverse design wasn't just randomly picked. It was carefully chosen to reflect the values of the British people: power, security, and continuity. Now here's where things get spicy. While millions of these coins were minted, not all were created equal. Some carry special values, and I'll get to those shortly. But first, let's go through the evolution a bit more. Between 1971 and 1991, the coin remained mostly the same. Same metal, same size, same weight. But in 1992, things changed. The Royal Mint switched from bronze to copper-plated steel. Why? Because copper prices were soaring, and using pure bronze became too expensive. But guess what? The steel-based coins are magnetic, unlike the earlier bronze versions. That's actually a cool trick to quickly tell the difference between the old and new. Just grab a magnet. Design-wise, there was another huge shift in 2008. The Royal Mint introduced a new reverse design by Matthew Dent. Instead of traditional emblems, he came up with a super clever idea: split the royal shield of arms across multiple coins. The one-penny coin features the lower left quadrant of the shield, showing part of the lion passant, which stands for England. Put the 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, 20p, and 50p coins together, and boom, you get the full shield. It was genius. Fresh, modern, and still rooted in tradition. But what about the value? I know that's what you're really curious about. Most one-penny coins in circulation aren't worth more than face value, but some are worth way more to collectors. We're talking hundreds of pounds in rare cases. What makes them valuable? It boils down to a few juicy factors. 1. Mintage numbers. The fewer that were made in a specific year, the more valuable they are. For example, the 1971 penny is super common. Over 1.5 billion were made, but others, not so much. 2. Errors and misprints. Now we're talking serious treasure. Ever heard of the 1983 new pence penny? Most 1983 coins should say 1 penny, but Rare Batch accidentally said new pence, a term that was phased out in 1982. That tiny wording error turned them into collector's gold. If you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. 3. Brilliant uncirculated and proof coins. These are special versions made for collectors, never meant for spending. If you got one in perfect condition, it could be worth several pounds, even more if it's from a rare year or set. 4. Mint condition. Coins that have never been used, with zero scratches or discoloration, fetch a higher price. The fewer flaws, the higher the demand. Let's talk about one standout year, 2008. That was the first year of the Matthew Dent Shield design. A lot of collectors snatched up those early Shield pennies because of their historical importance. Plus, there are rumors, still debated, that some 2008 pennies were mistakenly struck with the old portcullis design. If you have one of those, get it checked out. Fast. There's also a super rare coin, the 1971 proof set penny. These weren't released into general circulation. If you find one still in its original set or pristine condition, you're looking at a solid collectible item. Not insanely rare, but definitely valuable to the right buyer. Let's not forget about mint marks. Some coins have tiny letters or symbols indicating where they were made. While UK pennies usually don't have visible mint marks like US coins do, special edition sets sometimes carry them subtly. If you got one of these, it's worth digging deeper. And here's something really cool. Error coins with double strikes, off-center prints, or missing elements. These aren't supposed to exist, but sometimes slip through quality checks. Collectors love these. They're quirky, they're rare, and they can fetch high prices at auctions or from coin dealers. Now, maybe you're wondering, is it worth checking all your pennies? Honestly, yes. You'd be surprised how many people found rare coins just lying in jars or under sofa cushions. All it takes is a little curiosity and a sharp eye. And guess what? There's an entire community of penny collectors out there. People who track vintage figures, trade coins, post photos of their finds, and attend coin fairs. The best part? Many of them are just ordinary folks like you and me who got curious about the story behind a simple coin. Before we wrap this first part up, let's touch on the cultural impact of the 1 penny coin. It might not seem like much, but it's part of everyday British life. From wishing wells and fountains to being slipped under a baby's pillow for luck, the penny is everywhere. It even shows up in British phrases like a penny for your thoughts or in for a penny, in for a pound. It's more than currency, it's culture. And in today's increasingly cashless world, the humble penny is holding on for now. There have been debates about scrapping it altogether. Some argue it costs more to produce than it's worth. Others say it's part of national identity and still useful for pricing things like 99p bargains. No matter where you stand, you can't deny the penny's powerful legacy. All right, that's where we'll pause for now. We've just scratched the surface of the British 1 penny coin's legacy, from its origins to design shifts to its hidden value in rare additions and errors. But trust me, there's so much more to explore. In the next part, we'll go deeper. We'll uncover the rarest 1 penny coins ever discovered, spotlight jaw-dropping auction sales, and show you exactly how to grade, store, and possibly sell your penny for profit. Stick around. You do not want to miss it. So now that we've journeyed to the origins, design changes, and hidden values of the British 1 penny coin, it's time to take this exploration to a whole new level. We're diving into the heart of why this tiny coin matters today, the collecting world, investor interest, the future of the penny, and even some lesser-known facts that might just blow your mind. Let's start by imagining this. A drawer in your home, filled with coins you ignored for years. Dusty, forgotten, probably stuck together with old gum wrappers or receipts. But what if one of those coins, one little 1 penny coin, turns out to be worth hundreds or even thousands? It's not a fantasy. It's happened before, and it can happen again. But it takes knowledge, a bit of patience, and a sharp eye. Coin collecting is no longer a hobby for just older generations or hardcore historians. It's become a booming interest across social media. People of all ages are hunting through pocket change, visiting coin shows, and even making real money through online auctions and private collectors. And the British 1 penny? It's a surprise favorite. Why? Because it's so common, so overlooked, and yet so full potential. Let's talk about grading. This is where real collectors separate average from amazing. If you're hoping to find or sell a valuable penny, you must understand coin grading. Coins are judged on a scale from poor P1 all the way to mint state MS70. The higher the grade, the cleaner, shinier, and more perfect the coin. A regular 1971 one penny might be worth 1p, but that same coin in proof condition, untouched, graded MS 67 or higher, now that's a whole different game. We're talking serious collector demand. And don't forget about the strike type, whether the coin was minted for circulation, as a proof for collectors, or as a special commemorative piece. These details matter. A 2006 proof penny from a Royal Mint set in original packaging will always hold more value than a worn-out one from your change. Now, here's something most people never consider: the packaging. Yeah, packaging matters a lot. Coins kept in their original Royal Mint packaging, whether it's a presentation case or a folder, retain more value. Why? Because the condition is guaranteed, the authenticity is confirmed,